You know Ultraman, the greatest first Toku show. But people forget that Toku began with Ultra Q, a series that basically is Godzilla for television, but there's one thing people forget. It's basically the Japanese equivalent to the Twilight Zone. Hey, one Kodo the Code Man. If you saw that cutaway with anything happening or the weirdness, we're going to talk about a Halloween show today. But it's a Halloween show that's only Twilight Zone's spiritual successor. I say Japanese Twilight Zone Ultra Q. But we're not talking about Ultra Q, so that intro was kind of weird. But the point is, we're talking about the Ultra series and especially Ultraman. One of the greatest tokus of all time, which I have done several videos on my backup channel from a long time ago, but now we will do it on the real channel. Yep, today on Toku Anime, we're doing the Ultra series, part 1. I will split this into several different parts on each Ultra series, which I did before, but now we're going to dissect one thing about the Ultra series. I have one entry, the original Ultraman, and basically the Ultra Brother saga. Let's begin. Hey everyone, Kodo D coming. Time for another edition of Toku Anime. We're going to talk about Toku and we're going to talk about the Ultra series. Part 1. We will now do other parts of it later on in a month or two. We will do part 2. But anyhow, let's begin with part 1. Let's begin. The Ultra series is basically split into different eras. Like you have the Heisei era of it, then the then the Showa era for the original 7, plus a few others, which I will do in a separate video. The series is mostly on the normal series. Got that? Good. Let's begin with the first series, Ultraman. This series is great. And also, just to know, the original Ultraman design gets repeated a lot in the franchise, which I will explain several of them, event series, and this video is just going to be Ultra status profiles for each Ultra and series. Got that? Good. Let's begin with the original Ultraman. The original Ultraman has being beam attacks like this, being the Spadium beam, and also his disc throwing being a unique thing with his attack. But anyhow, the series is great. I love the original classic Toku. I don't really like that much, except for a few things, but this is pretty good. Pretty holds up. Good cheesy effects. That's basically what Toku is. And yes, Toku, the first official Ultra series was Ultra Q, but Ultraman was the first official. It's basically you do the Twilight Zone theme, then you go to another show, which I will demonstrate with an actual spin-off I think they did a Twilight Zone of. I could be wrong. Here it is. Welcome to the Twilight Zone. It's like Sorry, I dream of Jimmy for stupid reasons. But anyhow, the point is, Ultra series has started with Ultraman, and we're beginning with the first official. This series is in color compared to Ultra Q, which was black and white, and the only black and white Toku from that company ever, that's another story for another day. But the point is, Ultra series is great. Good, awesome, great. Also, we have Zoloff, our first of several Ultra characters that make you go, wait, are you the same as the classic Ultraman? Sort of moment. And basically, he's our main secondary in the last episode. And basically, he leaves and they leave, and that's the end. Now for Ultra 7, the second series. Yes. Ultra 7 is called that because it's 7 abilities or something, I'm not sure. Also, he has capsule monsters, would later become the inspiration of a popular video game franchise that everyone loves. And speaking of that, God damn it, why am I here? Well, it's because you're basically you're the main Pokemon member of our team, and I feel like we need lore videos to explain. I'm sorry we're doing cutaways. Okay, sorry, my bad. but anyhow, done with the comment. Now we're back. Sorry, reality shenanigans being composite sometimes. Where my composite allies show up. Okay, that's another story another day. I might do a short on it soon, but only time will tell. Okay, basically, Ultra 7 is that, a few attacks like Boomerang, and literally later be the descendant of Zero, which we will talk about in another in part 2, I'm betting. But anyhow, the point is, Ultra 7 is good, awesome, great. Next is the Return of Ultraman, or should I say Ultraman Jack, because that's the official name. Yes, it called Return of Ultraman for a long time. Then in the 80s, they retconned it as Ultraman Jack as the actual name. Kind of weird, but playing card effect. He has a spear weapon he can summon as a finishing attack. That's his main difference. Got that? Next is Ace. Ultraman Ace is badass and great. This series is kind of short-lived and forgettable, but anyhow, next up is Taro. Yes, Taro, the best, the 7th series, yes, because Zord's number 2, Originals 1, 7's 3, 8, Jack is 5, 4, Ace is 5, and now we got Ultra 7. Got that? Good. Basically, Ultra 7, Taro is reveals the dynamic thing known as the brother and mother and father subplot of the Ultra lineage, being the descendant of both paths as like her royalty or greatness. Anyhow, this is great. Also, there's Ultraman Leo, which becomes a sequel series to 7, in the sense that Leo shows up with 7, and that's basically the greatest thing, but basically Leo was mostly notable being the swan song for 7 for a while in the franchise, but still doing stuff in later entries. But the point is 7 is great. Leo's great. And now we have to talk about 80, the last series of the original era, but not our last today, because this video's on the early bird stuff today, if that makes any sense. So basically Ultraman 80, kind of short-lived, not good. I like it, but not. Also have a female character, great. There's also Ultraman Jonas, an anime series. Yes, an anime version of a toku, which is weird, but anyhow, the point is Jonas is great. Of a classic series. I am not sure, but I know in most modern series, they made a live-action version in like a special recently. It's like a throwback gag, but anyhow, point is great. Good series. And also this video is going to talk about another show. Anime you might know, but it began as a toku. And I have to address it in our first Ultra part because this is one of the best toku shows that I didn't say in my Beetleborgs video because Beetleborg was the best spin-off, but the best knockoff is Gridman. Gridman! Also, Super Samurai Cyber Squad, that's the English name. Super. But anyhow, Samurai Squad, Super Samurai Cyber Squad sucks compared to Beetleborgs. But anyhow, the point is, it's basically the second best show, in my opinion, of the Power Ranger ripoff 90s shows. But anyhow, Beetleborgs, number 1, that's number 2, and Mask Rider's last place. Yes, I did that as a joke. Got that for your stupid stupidity. But anyhow, the point is, Gridman is one of the best tokus. It's also the reason why toku exists still. The Ultra series continued as Ultra Tiga. There's also a few other Ultras, like US ones like Power and others, but those don't count, except for one other being a Ultra Zephyr, which is like a parody series. Better parody than Car Ranger, which I might do someday because Car Ranger is the worst Sentai in my opinion. But that's another story for another day. Hope you liked the video. Link down below if you're excited to me to doing more Ultra videos today. And sorry with the Twilight Zone cutaway, that was Whaler Soarling. Basically, our ship's AI that only comes to life on Halloween for some reason. I don't know. This is the first time I've been at the base since I seen it. So I've been here for a few years now, since whenever this YouTube channel started. But anyhow, basically, this is my greatness of the base. But anyhow, that's a lower thing. Hope you like the video. Take a mind saying bye-bye for now.